Happy Wednesday! How's everybody doing today? It's very exciting in here. We have lots of sick people around, so they're far away from me in the reaches and the depths of time. Just kidding. Jenny and Tammy are not feeling up to par today, and I have to adjust the camera. Surprise, surprise. I know we're all surprised by that, aren't we? Okay, so so we have walking pneumonia, and we have, I don't know, something else where you lose your voice. Laryngitis? Okay. So anyway, if you can't hear them, I'm going to try my hardest to repeat their questions if I can remember while I'm cutting. So that's what we're talking about today. We're going to do a trim. I did a pick-me-up cut on Jenny last week so we could see what a pick-me-up cut is like on, like shoulder length hair. And today we're going to do a pick-me-up cut because I want to keep my length, but I want to change the shape a little bit. I want it to just be a pick-me-up so it can look good because I have a big trip coming up in 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks? So anyway, I'm excited and I want to have my hair looking prime for that. And yeah, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a cut. I'm on the fence, so I'm going to need your guys' help with a couple of decisions. So I'm excited to get your feedback because you guys are always awesome and give me good feedback. So I'd love to know your thoughts about what you think I should cut. So I'm going to give you a couple of choices and options. So I'm excited to see how that works. Okay, for presents today, as always, we're going to give away an iron. So that will be one present. Are we doing thermal protectant with it? Yeah. So we're doing an iron with upstaged, so that your style can last longer, hold better, and your hair can be healthier while you do it. And it also adds a little bit of shine. And then, but not like the oily kind of shine, the good kind, the bling, so that your hair looks silky. And then, because we're talking about, so my goal is, I'm really on the fence, but I think I want to grow my hair back out again. So I cut I don't even know how many inches off to here a while ago. And I'm thinking about growing it out again to get it, because my hair is nice and full now, and I just really want it to I think I want it big and long again. So we'll see, we'll see. I'm kind of on the fence between that and a shag cut next time, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. So today I'm gonna keep the length though and just do a pick-me-up cut. But I do have a debate going on in the face frame, so I'm gonna need your help for that. So to the other presents we're doing, are we doing 2 of these? So we're gonna do 2 of these packages, which is the shampoo and conditioner and the Timeless, because this is the nutrition plan for your hair so that you can grow it out. So for those of you growing out and wanting to grow out, this is your ticket. So we are, or just if you want more volume or fullness or better hair, your nutrition plan. So we're giving out 2 nutrition plans, and we're also giving out 2 styling plans. That's probably a good idea. We should start calling it that. You guys like that? Styling plan and nutrition plan? I like that. I'm excited. Yeah, so we're gonna do 2 styling. Wait, are we doing 2? No, wait, what? We're gonna do 2 of each?
Sure.
Oh, we're gonna do a bonus. Jenny just threw in a bonus, or did I? I did? Okay, so I threw in a bonus and Jenny picked up on my bonus that I didn't know I was saying. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 of these, I guess, today. So yay for you guys, 2 irons and 2 upstaged. So exciting, that's fun. I like when we can switch it up like that. Hopefully, I'm glad we did it in the beginning of the show so that everybody on our team can, catch up, play catch up with us. Okay, so let's see. So today I'm just going to trim the bottom ends, and then I'm going to do a little bit of disconnected layers up here because I like that for fullness, to make it go out bigger. And then my debate is, so I'm going to, should I do the debate right now? Let's do that now. Okay, so I'm gonna need your guys' votes. So I'm gonna do likes for one and hearts for the other, okay? So I would like you guys to give me your feedback. Do you think, so we're gonna do likes if you like this face frame, these face frame pieces longer, and we're gonna do hearts if you think I should cut it to be more shorter like this. So if I'm gonna cut shorter, I'm gonna cut more a couple of inches off of here. If I'm going to keep it longer, then we're going to stay in this vicinity. So what do we think? I'm seeing more likes. Okay. Yeah. So we think more likes, so more people want it to stay longer here. Okay. Because I'm really on the fence about, we were just looking at shag cuts because that's, I think, the next thing we might go into, one of us. I think one of us is going to feel the itch soon and we're going to do one of those shag cuts. So we'll see. I'm getting 50-50 now. I don't know. It's really on the fence. I don't don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Okay, so I'm gonna start trimming the bottom and then we'll decide. You guys let me know if anything, if we decide for sure if anyone. I think they have a counter for that, but I don't know how to find the counter yet. This is really tricky because I can really not see today. What kind of shears do I use? Oh. Okay, so Sukotto, let's see. Sukotto. Yeah. So these are the kind of shears I use, and they're very ergonomically correct. So I like them because I have more control with 2 holding spots and then the pinky spot. I know all the technical terms for shears. Listen to me. The 2 holding spots and the pinky spot. I have not studied that in a long time about what shears and what the spots are called. So, okay, so these are the kind of, they're Sukotto? Yeah, Sukotto. I like them. I've had them for a long time and I really like these shears. They're really comfortable for me. And they also have this spinning thumb grip so that I can change my angle, and it keeps your hand very comfortable while you're cutting on others because you can change your angle without changing your hand. I like that. Do you use that, Jenny? Or have you tried that?
I have. Right now I have different ones.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like a lot of people didn't get comfortable with it right out of school, so they didn't use it, but I just love it. I got comfortable with it right away. So that's my favorite. Okay, so I don't know if I have to learn how to swipe. How do I swipe comments out of here? Anybody know for right now? Okay, there, then I can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna feel so lonely without everybody's comments. Okay, so when I cut hair, I just want this minimal wispy stuff off, right? So that's what I'm doing on myself when I cut. So when I cut, what I do is I like it to kind of be rounded in the back on myself. So what I'm gonna do is pull from the center forward. Now your hairstylist, if you're a stylist and you know this is what you're going to do, this is how to do a cut on yourself. When your hairstylist is doing it, they will do it very different because they won't necessarily pull all forward. But that's what I like to do because, you know, we know I'm lazy and I don't like my arms back here for any reason. So, okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull that straight down. And I'm just going to take off the ends. Now, if you're a person who likes not a blunt edge, you can point cut it like this. And if you do like a blunt edge, you can straight cut it like this, okay? So you just have to decide what it is that your cut is what you're wanting your cut to look like, okay? Okay, so I just pull the angle, I turn my head, pull it, and then I can get myself a line so that it starts to gradually like come up around the face frame, okay? So it's a real small cut to do this. I don't want anything serious taken off because my hair is not damaged. I just want it to look healthy, you know? So I'm just taking off this little bottom edge. And there's a lot of ways to connect it to the other side, okay? So depending on what you know, how you cut and how your stylist cuts, depending on if you're a stylist or not, if you're cutting on yourself. So you can match the edges up front like this, or you can come around in the back and match them. And usually I have somebody come and check the back for me when I'm done, because usually it's hard to get that one last underneath piece. Yeah, thank you, Jenny.
Yeah, and there's a question about how do you cut the back of your hair?
So it's just like when you're curling, I am cutting the back. So Jenny, how do you cut the back of yours? You just look in a mirror, right? And you like look down?
Yep.
So before I started doing Jenny's hair, she used to just pull hers all straight down, get it in a line, and then cut back here.
Sometimes with the mirror, sometimes
Yeah, sometimes with mirror, sometimes not. But you know, it's just like knowing that you curled the back of your hair, right? You just have to check and make sure that you got all the pieces. So you double check yourself. I'll double check myself with you guys. Hopefully I do a good job.
Do you always cut your hair dry?
Do I cut my hair dry? Yes, because I like knowing exactly where it's gonna lay. But when I was in the salon, I would cut everyone's hair wet to begin with, and then I would detail their hair dry. So the only thing is with a razor, you wouldn't want to cut wet or dry. I'm sorry. Whoops. That was a silly slip, huh? You wouldn't want to cut wet with a razor. Whoops. Yes, you do. You want to cut wet with a razor. Okay. So I've got my back and sides kind of done. And then when want to just make sure the face frame is good, right? So now I will look straight forward. And then I can see my line here of what it's looking like, and I'm just taking off the edge pieces that are kind of wispy looking. And this is that longer face frame. So I have a disconnect here. You can see it's not continuous. So this is disconnected from this. It's not really like, oh, I guess it's getting more connected now that I cut it. But it used to be more disconnected. Let me see if I can show you on this side before. So see how that drops out, and then I have oh no, I don't have as long. I was expecting it to be more I thought I did more disconnected last time. So let me get a disconnected so I can show you, since that was such an epic fail. Okay, so here's a disconnected layer because I have not a lot in between. It's not like flowing all the way down. I have one down here and one up here. You see how that's disconnected? So I'll show you how I put in those disconnected layers. I really thought that face frame was going to be disconnected. I thought there was more of
I think
a gap there.
This question's kind of related to what you're talking about.
Okay.
So, any tips to share with my stylist? I don't like layers because I'm definitely afraid of the mushroom look.
Oh,
and I don't like
that.
it to look thin on the bottom, but I need volume at the crown. What do I tell my stylist?
Okay, so I would ask for, and it all depends on your length, right? Because there are so many. Like Jenny doesn't necessarily want a disconnected layer yet because her length is shorter, right? So she just a little bit of change in her length is what can create a bunch of volume. For me, the disconnection has to be bigger, or the layer has to be a bigger variation to get more lift up here. So if you're looking to keep your hair very healthy down here and then just create a little bit of layering up here, and I don't know how many hairstylists do this because I think I just kind of made it up, but I called it like a reverse extension layer. So what happened was when I was in the salon, what I was loving is the look of like when J-Lo has big extensions in. So I would just cut in like, and what happens is when you have extensions in, their natural hair is up here and their extensions are way down here, right? So way down here. So what I would do is I would do the reverse, right? Like, cause I had the length and I would just put in the short pieces like their natural hair was. So it helps to create more volume here. So if you can see if your stylist can work on a disconnected layer for you, and or just a couple of what I call fake extensions, right? The reverse extensions. So if you have hair long enough and you just want to pick me up, you can just put little sporadic pieces, and I'm talking little, look how small that is. And I just cut like a little bit at an angle there so that it will just pick up and allow for air underneath. Allow for air underneath? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Does that make sense to you, Tammy? Does allow for air underneath? Good. I have a funny way of describing things sometimes. But it makes sense in my head. I swear it does. It really does. It makes lots of sense in my head. Okay, so I want my face straight forward for this. And then I'm just going to, how am I going to get this with you guys so I can show you? Okay, so these are my shorter pieces in the front, and this is the longer pieces. And this is what is turning out on me right here all the time. And I'm not sure if that's because of my blow dry or my natural growth pattern or because of how I cut it last time. So I'm going to see if I can fix that by just cutting in these pieces and see if I can reconnect it a little bit more, because sometimes when you have funny, what's the word? When you have like funny layering in, it will create your hair to turn out or do funny things, but that can also stem from your growth pattern as well. So, all right.
Okay,
Did you have a question?
We have a question about cuts for fine hairs. She says, if I have layers cut in, my hair goes wispy.
Right.
With fine hair.
Yes, I agree. So I do not like, as a whole, my favorite is not for somebody to come in with a shears like this. So they have shears like this. That's one way of layering. So there's many, many ways of layering or creating different layers within the hair, right? So I do not like, right now, for what's currently in, I do not like to have a big difference in layering, unless you're going into a shag cut, which we are seeing is coming in as well. I'm not quite into the shag cut yet, so for this time I'm going to talk about just keeping your hair thicker at the bottom. And then You know, you can, if you want the volume, is that what she wanted? She wants the volume? I feel like that's kind of what I just described anyway.
Yeah, I think so.
So ask me again what her question was.
She said, any tips on cuts for fine hair? If I have layers cut in, my hair goes wispy.
Yeah, so I would ask for a blunt cut if you have fine hair, because your hair is naturally going to look more wispy at the ends. So I would ask for a blunt cut and then connected layers, like very close together. I want them very, what's the word I'm looking for? Long layers. So you want really long layers in it, not short layers, right? So short layers is what causes a mushroom for people like me. I tried the Jennifer Aniston back in the day and completely was a mushroom, like 3-tier mushroom. It was awful. And I couldn't get it right. I did not do that cut on myself. Okay, so I think that's good. So when you have fine hair, ask for a blunt cut and then minimal wispy at the end. So I'm gonna tell you what creates wispy and what creates, so if you want wispy, you're gonna cut into the last 2 inches of your hair, whether it's here or whether it's here, okay? If you want collapse, you cut into the top 2 inches, right? So if my hair was really thick, and I really think the collapse is more relevant for men than women. I don't think most women want collapse up here, and that's when you cut into up here. And they can cut in with these kinds of shears, you know, the ones that have like a lot of, what are these called? Texturizing shears. Okay, wow, I'm having trouble finding my words today. Okay, so texturizing shears, or you can go up towards the scalp with your regular shears, okay? And that will create collapse. When you're removing bulk is when you cut into the rest, okay? All the rest removes bulk. So collapse, bulk, and wispy. So this will create wispy at the ends. So that's how you know when somebody is cutting into your hair. If they're cutting up here, they're removing bulk, okay? Collapse, bulk, and wispy. Okay, there's many ways to get layers in. You can cut them down here, you can cut them towards the face, you can elevate it and cut it up here, which my hair is too long to even show you, but you can cut up here. So that's how I connect from one side to the other, is I cross-check it in the top. And then so I cut my ends, and then I cross-check the top and forward. So I'm gonna go ahead and cross-check the top to show you a little bit about how that will happen. You have any more questions?
Yeah, I think this, so this girl says, what do I do if my hair is literally so dry it's breaking off? My hair is always up, and now I'm reading the wrong one. Split ends everywhere.
Okay.
I got my hair cut, and I got some more again. What can I do to repair my hair?
I would ask yourself how you're getting the split ends to start. So, ooh, that is a good cut, ladies and gentlemen. You see how my nice shape? I'm just gonna touch up a little bit. Okay, so if you are constantly getting split ends, I would ask myself, A, why I'm getting them to start. Am I getting them because of color, or am I getting them because of something I'm doing during styling, or do I not have the right nutrition plan for my hair? So there's many questions I would ask as to why you're getting them. My guess as to why most people get it is by over blow drying or overheat styling their hair and not having the right amount of moisture in their hair. So when you have moisture, you have shine. So make sure you always keep that in. So what can you do about, if you have them currently and you just got them cut? I would work on a dusting cut, which I showed on Jenny. That's something that we do just to kind of check and make sure our hair is looking healthy. And the way I do a dusting cut is I put it in a comb like this. Usually we do, like I have Jenny do a dusting cut on me, or I do one on her. And you can just see if there's any pieces. Oh, let me see. Okay, so right there, you can see those little wispy pieces, and then you would just take them off if they look like that wiry or split end. And that's the way you can dust the end or the edges of your hair to make sure that they just are nice and clean looking, and it will help you grow it out and keep it smooth without having to remove all the length. Okay, so did we have a vote? What do we think about, did we want to keep these? In the beginning I saw one thing, so we're doing likes for keeping this longer, and we're doing hearts for if you want me to take them shorter and put them up here more. So what are we thinking? Likes, oh, I gotta move this back, I couldn't see. Okay, so likes for longer and loves for cutting shorter.
See, there's a lot of likes, a couple loves.
Okay.
Oh, now there's some
Now
loves.
there's a lot of loves.
I don't know which one I want. Ooh. Jenny and Tammy, what do you guys think?
Boy.
How about in between? How about
That's a 50-50.
an inch instead of 2 inches?
An inch instead of 2 inches? Well, no, let's either do one or the other. And let's commit to it. Oh, we have to know what we want.
I'm getting a lot of hearts now.
Okay, so ready? I'll start with this one. How about we just do we'll start with the longer and I'll show it. And then if we don't love it then we'll switch to the heart. How does everyone think of that? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just cut in a little bit and just touch up this area. Okay. And then I'll take this piece and carry it over so I know how I cut, because I like to change my part all the time, right? So I like to go from side to side and in the middle, so I want to make sure that it's able to connect on both sides. So that's why I brought that piece over so I can connect it. This side's a little more tricky for me, ladies and gentlemen. Mostly ladies, I'm sure. Okay. We'll see how I did. Okay. This side looks too long still. Let me check it. I always get the flip out on that side. Probably because I cut it like this. Ooh, I think I found a new angle. I like this way better. We'll see how that turns out. I can get a better angle. Okay. So, oh yeah, I like how that lays. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty neat. Okay, so that's how the longer looks. Ooh, I don't know if I could just keep that much volume all day. If I didn't touch my hair all day, that would be the trick. Okay. So is love now meaning that they love it? Or is that meaning, no, let's do the love one? I'm not sure. Okay. So I'm going to do a couple disconnected layers.
I love that layer. I love that one.
Okay. So I'm just going to do a couple of pick-me-up layers, and I'll do it on this side so that we can see how it changes it. And hopefully we'll be able to see the difference. It's really important that if somebody's going to do this, they need to take super small pieces because you just can overdo that really quickly. And what did I do? 4, I think? And that's it. Just 4 little sections. Because you have to understand, like, for me to get from here to here, it's like a year of growth. Oh, no, not anymore, I don't think. But, you know, it's for some people, it takes a really long time. So that's how you can just pick up a little bit of volume on that side. And I'll do the same little thing on this side and see if it looks as full, if you can tell the difference. Okay, so see how it just, these pieces then lay like here, so they're picking up that volume that a lot of people lack, which is right here. So I love that little trick, and I call it a fake extension layer. I don't know what else to call it. I haven't really explored too much. So I'm gonna take some little pick-me-up pieces on this side. I can't see what I'm doing. Yeah. Okay.
That's the beauty of disconnected. It doesn't really.
Yeah, disconnected is great because you don't have to be super like official about it. You can just kind of wing it.
So someone says your hair looks very thick and naturally textured. Is this true or is it coming from product?
Well, the product is definitely doing a lot. I mean, it is ridiculous how much thicker but silkier my hair feels ever since we've been using the Time shampoo and conditioner. It's crazy, crazy different. Jenny, how about you? Does yours feel thicker, and Tammy?
Yes. I just think smoother and shinier.
Smoother and shinier. Shiny. Shiny guy?
Which I love. Because it takes away that, we want to say, like, kind of burnt, dry look.
Yeah.
That's what I love. And that's a lot of questions on here, too.
Yeah, out of all of your
Dry.
products, what is the best to use on fried hair? I'm
Fried
really
dry.
bad.
I would honestly, I would say shampoo and conditioner will get you, it will get your hair growing faster, but Timeless will make it look better immediately. But you will see results from the shampoo and conditioner the day you use it. I'm not even kidding. Like the first day you use it, you will see the difference. Okay, I like how that's looking. I think I'm pretty happy with that. It's funny, I didn't really do all the forward cutting though. I want to check a couple of other pieces. See if you guys have any questions while I'm trying to check these, because this will be
Yeah.
There was a question about the bangs, how you do the bangs.
And face frame, yeah.
Okay, so I like kind of a U shape in this when I'm connecting the face frame. I want it to be a little bit shorter, you know, and the top layers. So I just want them to, they can go straight across or they can kind of dip into the top, especially if you have an extension layer in there. So those were probably where I put the extension layers, so I had more of a U shape in it. And then, whew, my hair's really in my face on that one. Then I go in and I am not a perfectionist on this because I like hair to be lived in. I like it to be able to go every which way, but I do like to cover all my bases on it. So I will double check it after we finish on live. I'll just make sure I have all the pieces connected that I want connected.
I like the undone look around here.
Yeah, we're really about undone. We don't like perfectionism. I think we can save that for the 90s.
Can you explain the difference between upstaged and timeless?
Upstaged and timeless. Yes. So timeless is about, you know, keeping your hair soft and silky and shiny, and upstaged is about thermal protectant, hold, and silk and shine, but in a different way. Like, you know, when you think you want to put oil in your hair, that's when you would put timeless in instead. Because I don't like oils, they weigh it down, they don't allow you to hold your style. So oils that I've experimented with have not been my favorite. I have never found one that I just love, that I'm like, oh, this does great things for my hair. It will just put shine in, which is nice. But I like a healthy shine, so I feel like timeless is really about restoring health to your hair and making it shiny, but not shiny like oily. It's just like healthy shine, kind of like this kind of shine. I just like this kind of shine, not like greasy shine, which I feel like oils can do. I don't feel like all of them do it, but they can do that. So if I find an oil that I like, I'll let you know. Okay, so that's pretty much how I do my cut. It goes a lot faster when I'm not teaching it.
Is the shampoo and conditioner good for color treated hair?
Is the shampoo? Yes, absolutely. Yep. I wanted shampoo and conditioner that would work for you and your whole family and all of your friends. So that's what, all in one shower, so you don't have to change it for different people. Okay.
And then when would you want a razor used on your hair?
Oh, when would you want a razor? I like razor cuts for shorter hair because I feel like it gives you a lot more texture. But you know, I like using a primary line, a secondary line, and a tertiary line, if you can call it that. I like using different lines as I'm cutting, as opposed to just running through and pulling on the hair. But I mean, razor cutting does have its place for sure. There are some people that are very good at it. So you really have to know about what your hairstylist is good at. And if they're, you know, more comfortable cutting with a razor, maybe that works best. I wouldn't like a razor on my hair because I like it to be healthy and more blunt cuts, so that I don't like the torn look on my hair right now. There are some looks, like that shag cut might lead into more razor cutting. So we'll see. I think there's many different ways to get a shag cut though. So that's, you know, for the future. We're gonna do that in the future, doing a shag cut for you guys. But razor cutting is when you want really big changes in your hair, right? So if I wanted some short pieces here and I wanted it to go right into an extreme long, it's really easy to get that with the razor. And very textured looks. So the more differentiation you want within your hair, the more abstract you want your hair looking, probably, is when I would use a razor. But every hairstylist is different. They're an artist, so you have to shoot, you know, see what your artist likes.
Do you have any tips with strong colics in the front, middle of the forehead?
Yes, I would spray upstaged, right in the, so the question was, do you have any tips for a strong colic in the front of the, right next to the forehead? So what I would do is when my hair is damp, I would spray upstaged right here, right at the root. Make sure you shake it first. And then I would blow dry. So when I did that, I would blow dry. Let's see if I have my blow dryer in and move my hair. Okay, so then I would blow dry across like this, because it allows you to break the natural fall tendency and then control it the way you want it to be, right? So I would blow dry it like that across both ways, and then I would shape it into, oops, place with my blow dryer. That fell. Okay, So then I would just put it into place however I wanted it to sit, because when you blow dry your hair out of its natural fall tendency, it allows you to have more control over where it lays. Ooh, I got that real big. Okay. Do we have presents or do we have more questions?
There's one last question about wearing your hair up. Does that cause a lot of damage?
I think, as in with everything, right? You can wear your hair up if you are having the right, ponytail holders, the right products in. You're taking care of it when you do it. So you just have to know what you're doing. If your hair will tell you if it's not good for your hair, it will tell you. You'll notice a difference. You'll see lines in places that shouldn't be there. You'll see breakage in places that shouldn't be there. So if you're doing all the right things, you can keep your hair healthy wearing it up, absolutely.
And does your shampoo and conditioner help your hair grow?
So we have seen amazing results, and if you go on the Jacinda Smith page, we have a lot of results that people have posted in their hair growth. I've seen great results from it. We are technically not allowed to say that it's a hair growth because you have to be a pharmaceutical company for that. So.
Oh, there is a question.
You can be the judge.
About why you need to shake the upstaged first.
Okay, so the upstage contains mica, and the mica creates a little bit of a glisten effect on your hair, but it's so subtle. Like I almost forget we even put it in. Do you notice it in your hair?
Mm-mm.
No.
But I shake it really well.
Yeah. So when you shake it, you're just shaking up the mica, and it looks like a snow globe inside. All right.
Okay. So you did talk about long versus short layers, right?
Long versus short layers. Yeah, I would say I covered that because it's just about how much of a differentiation you want in how the length.
Yeah. Okay.
Short, long layers. You can't ask for like 1 or 2 layers. You have to ask for short or long layers. It's how drastic you want the differentiation in the bottom to the top layer. Okay? All right. So I'm excited to give presents because I love giving nutrition plans for people. Please, 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 if you are a winner of the nutrition plan, please take pictures of your hair before you shampoo with it, because once you shampoo one time, you will see a difference, and then you'll regret not taking it before because your results won't be as drastic. Even after the first day, it's so funny. I love the first day pictures just to see how much it changed for people after one shampoo. Love it, love it. And then you will be on the how many times a month do you wash your hair plan like us. Yes. It's so much freedom.
It is.
So much freedom. Okay, so what do you want to give away first? What do we have? Jenny, you got a winner?
I have 4 winners.
Okay, what are your 4 winners?
Okay, so let's do the nutrition plan.
Okay, we're going to do nutrition plan first. So that is shampoo, conditioner, and timeless.
Okay, the first winner is Chastity Riley.
Chastity Riley?
Yeah.
Okay, congratulations, you're our first winner. Please don't forget to take a picture. And also, for all the winners, please send us your email and mailing address. That way we can get your order tracking number to you right away. Does that make sense? It should ship to you. We can get your package shipped right away. There we go.
And then the second winner of the nutrition plan is Jolene Gratchik.
Jolene Gratchik, you are the other winner of our nutrition plan, so congratulations. Don't forget to take your pictures. You will not believe the difference. I'm telling you. I wish I would have taken one. Actually, I probably have so many old videos. I just wonder if I can remember when I tested. Oh yeah, I can remember. Okay. And then the winner of the iron and upstaged.
Okay, Michelle Olivia.
Michelle Olivia is one winner. Congratulations, Michelle.
And Jeanette Brown Bell.
And Jeanette Brown Bell, you are our other winner. All right, so congratulations, congratulations. Next week, what are we doing? Do we have any ideas? Does anyone have questions? Give us what you're looking for. I feel like we should do some like back to school styles or something. Maybe if we can. Oh, I should have gotten the kids have a half day today. I should have done that today, but it was very important that I got my hair cut. I needed it. Okay. So anyway, if you think of anything, let us know what you're thinking and what you really want to see. And otherwise, we'll come up with something fun. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.